Hello and welcome to the Spine Pod. I'm Courtney Schutze.
And I'm Brady Riesgraf. I'm so excited we finally get to sit down and do this.
I'm so excited. We're making a podcast.
We are making a podcast. To be able to sit down with some of the pioneers that are really pushing spine care forward. It's such an exciting time, talking about motion preservation devices, they've been around for a while.
They have.
They've been around for 20 years now, but we're finally getting to the point where we've got, the research needed on them. We're starting to get the long-term data and we're starting to get the stakeholders on board to really push those things forward. So kind of with the mixture of motion preservation devices and these other technologies and procedures that are coming to light, spine care is at a stage where it's changing and it's changing rapidly. And I think it's a very exciting time to be in spine.
I think it's a super exciting time to be in spine. It makes me excited about this podcast because if you think about it, spine is extremely complex.
Absolutely.
In so many different ways, but there are so many different puzzle pieces that have to come together to make spine move forward. And that can be really hard to understand. So the goal here is to bring all of those puzzle pieces to the podcast and really talk to the experts that are making things happen.
Absolutely. And I think it's such an interesting time to be in spine specifically because of where it sits in relation to other specialties, especially when you look at orthopedics, right? So when you look at knees and hips and shoulders and now even ankles, spine care historically has been 10, 20, 30 years behind that.
Yeah, we're not fusing those joints anymore.
We're not fusing those joints anymore. So to be in a place where these technologies are coming to light and spine care is changing so much, it's such an exciting opportunity. So we'll be sitting down with the pioneers and the key experts that are really pushing this field forward right now. We'll have surgeons on the podcast. We'll sit down with some of the researchers that have done 30, 40 years of research on some of these devices. We'll have industry on the podcast. And like you said, we'll have patients on the podcast as well. Get their perspective on spine care, what they're looking for, how providers are changing their practices, and what spine care is going to look like, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years down the road moving forward.
Absolutely. And I think that's the most exciting thing about this is the snowball is moving down the mountain.
Absolutely.
And so to get that behind the scenes is really exciting.
It absolutely is.
So we will be traveling across the country, meeting these experts where they are, where the magic happens, in their surgery centers, in their labs, in their homes, and really showing you what is happening in spine right now.
Absolutely. And it's such an exciting time. I think we're just excited to go on this journey with everyone and to share this with our audience. So I think it's time to get right into it. And I think let's jump in.
Let's do it.